Oh, hello everybody. Well, everybody, I mean no one. That's maybe just someone on Twitch right now. Just give me 1 minute here. Well, that didn't look too weird on stream, did it? Yeah, that's not happening. Equipped for greater magnified up. I'm pretty sure I could probably get that. Aren't I using an assault rifle now? Yeah, I am. God damn it. Yeah, I haven't wage quit this yet, unlike some people.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Assume all contacts are hostile.
Hey, welcome, Jay. There we go. Oof. I have to admit, I'm getting a bit of lag in this match. Oh, of course I took my mic and it shot. Yeah, I know normally Friday night is, or I have the playthrough thing set, but tonight I just wasn't feeling it for, you asshole. I just wasn't feeling it for the village tonight. Like, I was thinking about maybe canceling it because I wanted to play Knockout C, but I ended up playing that with someone else earlier in the day, and I'm okay, I'll do the village, and then just some stuff happened, and I was just like, I am not going to play it now. And then also with, Super Crazy's big premiere, and I'm not, oh, holy shit, that was close. I was just like, well, I don't want to go and, like, have to deal with not having my audience available because they're watching his thing, which is perfectly fine. And if I started, like, an early village stream, people would be like, what did I miss? And then it's like, well, let's just do, yeah, right, Tractor. I'd say, for what I paid for internet, I shouldn't be getting any fucking lag issues, which is what he should be saying, too. It's like, maybe how about you fucking give Comcast a call and be like, hey, I'm getting lag in all these fucking games. Maybe, I mean, you got business class internet. They'll fucking come over and try to, and diagnose it for you. That's why you're paying. You're getting, like, what, $50 more than regular people do? Funny thing is that support issues is, like, other than, like, the support, I probably have better internet than him, and I pay a quarter of that. Doesn't mean I can shoot better, though. Wow, thank you, Tractor. That's very nice of you. Like I say, even if $1 comes in, I always view it as, like, that could be used for literally anything else. I don't know why it doesn't pop up on my feed, though. I mean, like I see it on the, on the chat log, but it's kind of dumb that the alert doesn't show up. I'll have to look into that. Oh, there we go. Oh, but it's weird it doesn't read it out, I guess, because they only reads the messages. Because I get gigabit speeds up and down, and I pay $100 a month for mine. Oof. But mine isn't done through, like, a cable company. Mine's through a fiber optic company that finally came in my area. I literally saw the day that they came to my house to, like, install the lines. Like they were out, like the big truck was outside and they were hanging up all the fiber optic shit, and then like less than a month later,
We're losing this fight.
got shot in the head. I called them up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to switch because my contract had just expired at the cable company. They were charging me a not very fun rate. Not that cable company was really that bad, but just they couldn't. There was no way they could match on price.
Enemy sentry turret
I get
detected in your
gigabit up
AO.
and down with unlimited bandwidth. Like I don't have to pay data caps, and for $100 a month, you know, before taxes and fees. But they're pretty, you know, they're not like when you have the cable company. There's like $20 in random bullshit fees. And welcome is, by the way. What the fuck? Seen that, right? Well, the ping looks okay. I guess that guy just timed out. What's the excuse there? I think everyone had a little fuck up there.
Enemy LCSD detected.
Treyarch is a piece of shit.
Taking the lead.
So I actually went and I called PayPal today about like the whole, you know, thing with like Wings complaining about the chargebacks and shit. Him saying, you know, like PayPal doesn't give a fuck. Because I called him and I kind of put the situation in front of him. I'm like, well, if I get chargebacks, you know, what's gonna happen? And they kind of, not that I was doubting what she said, but just like more for verification. Like they kind of, you know, echoed what Brittany Gates said. They're like, you know, we have nothing to do with chargebacks. We just tell you that the thing exists, and then we will collect your data, or you know, your argument against the chargeback, and then present it to the credit card company. And then, you know, if the bank rules against you, then you know we penalize you because obviously PayPal doesn't want to have to deal with a company that isn't delivering on its goods. That was interesting. So it's really not a thing of like PayPal doesn't give a fuck. It's like, no, the banks don't give a fuck.
Your proximity mine was destroyed by hostile action.
Of course it was. Easy there, buddy.
Victory's close. Make the CIA proud.
So really, Wings should be mad at banks. Or, you know, credit companies. It shouldn't be mad at PayPal. PayPal is nothing. PayPal did everything right. They did nothing wrong. And that's just the tip jar. That if I get a donation, like the name goes in and it adds a thing to it.
Time's against us. Bring this home.
Actually, it is kind of distracting on the map. I'll go and I'll hide that after this. Oh. Move it down here because... Because a donation bar, you know, like you see on numerous other streams, like that can only be tied to, like, it can't be tied to,
You made JSOC proud.
like super chats.
Excellently
It
done,
only
gentlemen.
takes donations
Excellently
or
done.
Twitch stuff. Well, I don't like that it always starts off with something in it. Like, it'd be better if it started off empty and as more donations come in, like it fills up. For whatever reason, there's always something in there. I should maybe go and ask them, be like, hey, how do you fix this? Because it's a Streamlabs widget. But this was a mediocre freaking showing on both teams. Yeah, I watched this really good, but really... hold on, what was the name of it? No. I watched this film, A Silent Voice, on Netflix. It was movie night tonight, and my daughter... Oh, good, Hijack. I forget to finally play that fucking map. I legit have not played it since they added it to Cold War. Anyways, watch this thing, A Silent Voice. It's an anime, and it's really fucking good. Like, really good. But you're gonna want to, like... You're not going to want to, like... It's one of those things like, okay, after you watch it, you don't want to do anything else with your day. Because it's so heavy and so deep that it's just... Like, literally, like, my daughter, she picked it out. She's 9. She was crying through, like, multiple parts of the movie. Because she was so sad by what she saw. And she's... I mean, I love her. She's really emotional, though. She's one of the most... I don't think I've ever met such an emotional 9-year-old in my life.
Eliminate all threats. We're taking control.
Oof.
We're losing this fight.
And so after watching that, and then just a few other things, I was like, I'm really not in the mood to do Resident Evil tonight. I need some, like, popcorn, quick entertainment, and then I can... What the fuck?
We've taken the lead.
Okay. I mean, it's really, really good. It's on Netflix. But it's, very deep. Like, really heavy of a movie. About, like, bullying and disabilities and suicide. It's just
We're falling behind.
really, really heavy. Uh-huh. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Missed. Okay, we're spawning right in front of someone.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
That was interesting.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Is that the one I killed by accident? If think it was.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Spy plane available for tasking.
Spy plane commencing surveillance operation.
Come on. Oh, fuck me. I looked at the map too long. Guess I'll actually take
Spy plane flight time 50%
the blame
on
if I get killed, unlike some people. Yeah, that was just plain stupidity there.
Thanks for the work. Overflight.
Should probably get rid of that perk because I don't really use it that much. Hacking the thing. Yeah, I knew if PSP hadn't hit the Tip's goal, he was going to quit Cold War last night. That was literally the only reason why I kept playing. It wasn't because he was having fun, because he was making money doing it. I remember he stopped playing it for a while, and then one night he had a really good, when I say good, I mean like financially good stream. So then he kept trying to capture that, and then he did, I guess, decent for a little while. And then I think he had like 3 streams in a row where he didn't hit his Tips goal, and then he just quit.
Hostile sentry turret active.
Oh.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Oh. Awful time to reload. Oh. Like, oh, I got a good spot. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
Up your game or face the consequences.
Good night.
Hostile care package inbound.
That's literally the only reason why I picked the rocket launcher, is to fuck up people's score streaks.
Spy plane in the turn. We have eyes on.
But that was a good
Spy plane fuel check 50%. Hostile RCXD in your AO. Net call. Hostile air patrol detected.
not good.
Enemy air patrol inbound.
Cold War never ends. Unless you're PSP, where it goes on a soft retirement. Whatever the fuck that means. Oh, okay. Second time you kill me there, Chissy.
Mission terminated. All squads retreat.
The operation was compromised. I knew we were coming.
I think that was me laying on the ground though. Yes, that's what a normal person would use, a hiatus, or just a break. No, but DSP called it a soft retirement. Oh. I think I have a 4 thing on mine. I actually didn't mind that music, I just muted it because wait, Volk, are you being serious? I'm not trying to be like me, like, do you not know who DSP is? I just figure most people who catch up on my streams know who he is. Okay. Well, I knew it for years, digital sound processing, but things have changed since then. I don't know if maybe by some miracle you saw, well, not by, or if by some chance you had seen the Cornet video I posted where people maybe not know that DSP is short for Dark Side Phil. Because there definitely were a couple of people who saw the video and they were like, I have no idea who this guy's, you know, they just loved the fact that it was a Cornet promo, but didn't really understand who he was talking about.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Green light, green light. Rolling ahead.
Dave's salty pork. I can't even really say that he's the guy who speaks a lot of controversial shit. He's just like, he's really just more of like a joke when you really think about it. Like, he's not like a, I don't know, who's another example of a streamer who, like, really said, like, you know, really got in trouble because of their opinions. Maybe JonTron, well, not so much JonTron. He said like a cup, like he said stupid things on like 1 or 2 occasions, or things that are kind of controversial. There actually used to be a game that I loved when I was younger. Jesus Christ. But it was a game that came out called Acrophobia, where they would go and it'd give you like 3 to 6 letter acronyms, and it'd give you a topic, and you had to come up with an acronym for it. So, like, yeah, if it was something like animals and DSP came up, it could be like, don't stroke pigs. And then afterwards, a list would come up of what everyone, or, what all the entries were, but you weren't told who picked what or who submitted what. And then everyone had to vote on what they thought the best answer was. And everyone would get a point. Like you had to vote. If you don't vote, you would get in trouble. And you couldn't vote for yourself either. But it was this really old, I think it was Flash, but it wasn't like, this was like Flash when, like before shit like Newgrounds or anything like that. Like this was like a Flash game where it had like its own app they had to launch. It was this great game. I played it for like hours when I think it was in like high school, but then they shut it down eventually. I think there's been some revivals of it, but the original one was always the best. It was by Berkeley, the original people who made You Don't Know Jack. That's cool, Valcor. I mean, that video reached a lot of people who had never heard of him. Or weren't as familiar with him. Which was kind of the point of it. Like, I made it to be I made it to be a fuck. No, I made it to be like this standalone video to where you didn't need to know all the DSP lore. It was more just like, here's a fucked up thing that happened. And, here's the story behind it. Like one of those, like one of the things I love about content creators are the ones that I really like on YouTube, who are the ones who can just, and I should have mentioned it more in the video that I made. Hello. What? Here so I'm gonna get you now. Oh no, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, whoa. Shit,
We're in the
close.
lead.
Yeah, exactly. Like those videos from people who just will make short or will make kind of like little mini docs about various events. Like I watched one today on and this is one of the guys who kind of inspired me, from Sunny V2. He did a video on TanaCon, which was that really awful convention
This isn't working.
that
We're behind.
influencer named Tana, whatever the hell, I don't remember the last name was, but the one that was supposed to run in opposition to VidCon. It was just a massive mess. And everyone called it a scam and shit, and it was just this major joke.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO.
But, the fact that he was able to take this one, just this one event and do a whole thing about it. Like, that's the kind of content that I like, and that's what I tried to present the fundraiser video to be like. Like, I had, heard about it, but I knew, nothing about it. Like I said, I still don't remember I don't even know what her last name is. I have no idea who she is. I don't follow any social media influencers because I just don't. And, I had heard that TanaCon had happened, it was a disaster, but I had no idea anything about her or the event itself. Some videos have popped up on my feed about it, but I didn't feel like watching them. Instead, I just watched the Sunny V2 video because I like him as a content creator. And it's probably because of him that I even kind of heard of DSP. Because I'd seen the DSP video, or the Down the Rabbit Hole, years ago. And, oh, thanks for the, shot in the head. No, thanks for the sub, Valcor. I had seen the Down the Rabbit Hole, which is a decent video, but it's a little outdated, well, it's really outdated. and it's a little
Hostile
incomplete.
attack helicopter
And
inbound.
I'd seen that years ago. Great. Ouch. And
We're
then
taking control.
of years later, Sunny V2, his early work was kind of like just him shitting on, not really shitting on people, but it was more like just him like calling out people. And there was a video of him calling out DSP, like, you know, kind of saying like, you know, it was called like, this is how you don't stream. And I watched it, and then after that, all these, like, then YouTube started recommending all these other like anti-DSP videos and other detractors, and the feed became filled up with that. And then I, you know, saw more DSP stuff, and that's how I got into, you know, the whole DSP lore and world. Fuck.
Great job, CIA. No muss, no fuss.
Well, that
Mission
wasn't a great
parameters
performance
green
now,
across
was
the
it?
board.
But yeah, he did like things complaining about Sunny V2 did things complaining about DSP and Wings, and who else did he complained about? Someone else too. Oh yeah, Boogie he complained about. He did another video complaining about Boogie as well. Boogie freaking like reached out to him for some odd reason. Jesus Christ, look at that awful score. Oh, I guess I don't have the thing hooked up. I can probably do that. Well, probably also from watching my video, you probably got exposed to other things of like Wings and maybe LTG, and people who are, you know, viewed in a negative light. Wings, I remember I saw his down the rabbit hole years ago too. And then what's his name? June the King did a video about him. Internet of J did a video about him. Oh yeah, I mean no one's perfect. And even ones like that you don't know about, like even what was it? I almost got into like an well, not an argument, but I had like a difference of opinion a bit with because my friend, one who I play games with, or I used to play games with often. But we're still friends though. He was talking like Pokimane, and like I've never seen a Pokimane stream. I knew next to nothing about her. But like, he kind of painted her like in a different way, or like a thing. And I said, yeah, but she did like this, this, and this. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I sent him, you know, I said like, oh, the thing with like Tyler 1 and her. I still think was bullshit with DMCA Blow Blocks or Blow Blacks, whatever his name is, over chronicling the Twitter feud she had with Keemstar, and the stuff that came out with her. You know, using the gamer word when she was younger. You know, I guess Oh, God damn it.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
You know, I sent that thing to her, or to him, and he was like, oh, I wasn't aware of, you know, all that stuff had gone down. And it's like, yeah, you know, when you, a lot of these people, you look into their past, and it's like, well, you know, unfortunately, it's the internet. Like, the internet almost never forgets, and if you do stupid shit, you know, some of it you can attribute to just being young and dumb. Some stuff you can't excuse. You know, like the thing came out of, like, Pokimane using the gamer word, but, you know, it's like, is she a bad person, or does she, like, you know, wasn't used in a hateful way, she was just young and dumb. But again, the internet never forgets, or almost never forgets. There are a few things that, or embarrassing moments that have been struck from the internet. But there's a lot that hasn't been. Well, that was even like in the Tanacon video. One of the big people in it about Tanacon was Shane Dawson. Oh, he was one of the main attractions at the show, and did like the video trying to, you know, redeem Tana. And then someone posted in the comments, oh boy, talk about how times have changed, where Shane Dawson used to be someone everyone wanted to see.
We're in the lead. Hostile care package inbound.
Spy plane standing by.
Well, with all this shit that went, I think most people, if they went, you know, if that stuff came out, they'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go away for it.
Spy plane flight time 50% on my mark.
But I legit had like no idea who he was until I saw like all those videos made about him.
Mission timeline expired. Spy plane RTB.
And it was from people, you know, like Sunny V or Internet of J. Those guys who can just tell these stories of these personalities.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to, you know, see that, you know, you were exposed to, or really kind of exposed to DSP thanks to my video, and then, you know, then other people kind of get on the lore and stuff.
Napalm strike standing
I actually
by.
like that just quick smack to the back of the head more than I like the whole kill animation. I think it looks cool. Just fucking walk up to someone, just smack them in the back of the head.
Scorcher 4-2 commencing canister.
Souls games, I tried, man. I really tried, man. They just aren't for me.
Scorcher 4-2 exit.
Which annoys me. Like, I'm not mad at the game series, I'm mad at the fact that I just
We've almost
am
got
not a
this.
good match for them, because they're so beloved by so many people.
Hostile
And when I
RCXD
played them, I
in
can
your
totally,
AO.
like, I can play it, and I'm like, okay, I totally get why these games are so loved.
Cruise missile awaiting
But I just can't get into them. They just don't fit the way that I like to play games. I can't stand the type of thing of such, punishing difficulty and having to learn and things like that. And I tried a bunch of games. Let's see, I played Demon's Souls, like the original on the PS3. That one, Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Code Vein. And I just gave up on all of them.
Good job, team. All mission objectives met.
Very nicely done, everyone.
Yeah, I wish I liked Souls games, but like I said, I tried, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't get 5 in that game. Okay, I guess not. This is what blows. The fact that these tokens, like, go down while you're, waiting in the lobby, that is the biggest load of bullcrap ever. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Yeah, let's put the timer down when you can't actually play. Have to be punished to enjoy. I mean, like, one game that I really loved that was hard was Cuphead. That was, like, one of my games of the year when it came out. I think that was, what, 2017? Yeah, I think that was 2017. I can only imagine what that was like when DSP played it. I should look that up. I bet someone has it. This is how you don't play of Cuphead.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
I can only imagine all the
Show 'em how the
salt that was
CIA
thrown
does
out during
business.
that.
We've taken the lead.
Good one, J-Ram. Ugh.
Bitch.
What the hell?
We're losing this fight.
Why the hell did my TV just yell bitch?
We're pulling ahead.
I guess J-Ram is being a little salty.
We're losing the advantage.
That was a while ago when I played COD World War II.
Your daughter's pamper is wet.
And the guy,
Tyler,
and
come
I
here,
had a
bring your pamper.
teammate. I
Go get a pamper, baby. Go get me a pamper. Go get me one.
The teammate was throwing around the F word. Not the 4-letter one, the other one that you really can't say nowadays. He was throwing it around like he was going to win a prize. And it was also weird because it was on I was playing on the PS5, so the sound was coming out of my controller. So it's weird to hear slurs coming out of your actual
Plane
controller.
established overhead. Hold ahead.
PC Master Race, yeah. Yeah, my PC's a bit old, but I don't really have much of a need to upgrade it at this point.
Your proximity mine is destroyed by hostile action.
I almost went and pulled the trigger on a new pre-built, but I was just like, there's not much that like I'm not gonna really benefit too much from it. It was like over $1,000 anyways, so I was just like, there's no point in spending that much money if I don't have to, because I don't do a bunch of PC gaming anymore. What's my... Jesus, one and six. I'm not doing that well anyways. There was someone who actually messaged in DSP's chat. Someone posted it online. The guy said, like, I do some streaming myself. Do you have any tips? It's like, Roy, you're gonna take tips from him?
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Like, that's someone who you just want to, like, message privately and being like, dude.
My bad, bro. Damn.
Like, please, don't. Yeah, I built, well...
Bitch!
Hear that, bitch?
Good shit, good shit.
Yeah, I've built PCs before, like, legit. Like, DSP claims he's built PCs before. But all you have to do is just listen to him talk about PCs, and you can tell that he fucking has never built a PC in his fucking life. I built one for my dad. I put together one for another person. And I've done like so many upgrades on them. Like, I got an Alienware back in like 2006, I think. And then in like 2012, I think it was, I did almost like a full upgrade. I swapped out the motherboard. I had an SSD, new video card,
Watch friendly fire.
new CPU, all that shit. No, not like Verge. And then the one I'm using now is like my game PC. It was where I kind of had like a moment of weakness. I came off a week of crunch. And this deal popped up. This was like right before, or it was around the time when like the Bitcoin craze first started. So it was like right as the GPU prices got all fucked up, like right in the beginning of it. But this pre-build came up for like really cheap, where the like, you know, the sum of the parts was more than the actual PC. And so I just pulled the trigger in a moment of weakness. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have, because I had like a shitty motherboard and one of the audio ports blew out or got fucked up short after I bought it. And also the Windows install was fucked up. Okay, Alex. Yeah, the Windows install was fucked up. I had to do like I just did like a full, like for some reason it was like Windows upgraded to Windows 10. And then I just went and I wiped it out and did a fresh install of 10. And I legit like got like 20% better frames per second on my games after I reinstalled everything. But that was in like 2017, I think. What the fuck? I want to pick that up.
Spy plane fuel check 50%.
Fuck it, I got it now. But I did a reinstall of Windows
Hostile
recently,
sentry turret active.
and things are running a bit smoother now.
Hostile spy plane is ahead. Multiple hostile spy planes detected.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, the PC does what it needs to do. You know, the 1070 is still holding up pretty well. I do need to go and open it up and do like a full, like, regular clean out with like all the dust and fuzz and shit that's built up over the years.
We're in the lead.
That's like the fucked up
Somebody
thing
can take
too.
that
Like,
turn out, do it.
I don't know. Well, I guess if you just watch my video, you're not fully aware. So, DSP was complaining because his laptop was running slow because he got it in like 2013, and literally all he uses the laptop for is for monitoring his YouTube stream chat and tips. That's all he does, and he was complaining that the thing was running too slow.
Made that look easy.
Yeah.
Bravo Zulu.
But really, all he had to do was just reinstall Windows. And he said, "Oh, I lost the key." And it's like, well, how hard is it to get a freaking Windows OEM key? Especially for like Windows 7. Or you could just, I don't even think his computer. Basically, all you need to do was get a, just reinstall Windows. You know, anyone who knows anything about computers will tell you that. But anyways, he just bitches and moans. And then, according to him, someone... Right, exactly. Yeah, you can get a tool to go and do that. I know they exist. But instead he bitches and moans, and according to him, one of his friends, or not one of his, he has no friends, one of his fans, I'm using air quotes here, donated, maybe even that too. Well, regardless, let's deploy these not great servers. Right. Basically, though, for monitoring 2 browser windows, a fresh install would have been fine, but he didn't do it. Instead, he complains he needs a new laptop, and then either he bought one or was donated one. So now he has a $700 Acer, a modern Acer. I mean, the computer's fine. It's something that you get for your dad or for someone who you want. It's a step up from a Chromebook. It's, you know, it's decent, has an APU, AMD, Ryzen, you know, SSD, you know, modern shit. But at the end of the day, though, he could have done a fresh install of Windows, or if he insists on getting a new computer just because it's so old. I mean, 2012 or 2013, I think it was from, you know, it's almost 10 years old. That's ancient in computers. You could have easily spent... You could have spent less than $200 on a new computer that would have done exactly what he needed it for. Because he's not going to game on it. He's not going to bring it with him. So, of course, also battery life means nothing. It's just sitting in his, you know, oh, fuck, on his little table by his desk, or by his desk, by his chair. Which is already a stupid thing in the first, to begin with. Because you shouldn't have your computer or your monitor so far away from your gaming setup, because then you should be able to go and just easily look back and forth, you know, to monitor your chat or if anything's going wrong.
We're pulling ahead.
So instead, if they're very far apart, you get too focused on the game, and then
This isn't working.
it's not good to have to turn your entire head you know, like 90 degrees to go and see what's going on. It needs to be within easy, you know, should be minimal effort to monitor one versus the other.
We're taking control.
I mean, the way my thing is set up is I have like a desk here. This big old IKEA desk that my wife actually, or that we got for my wife, but then she didn't want to use it anymore. So I took it, and I have my TV on it, and so I have the 50-inch on one part of it, and then another part is my monitor, and then my computer. So all I have to do is just kind of easily glance over.
We've fallen behind.
Well, right, that's the issue, is that, yes, it is easier. Right, like you could just Google, why is my computer running slow? And they'll give you a bunch of tips and things to use. I mean, I've been deep in computers for years. I mean, I'm not going to call myself like an expert, but I definitely know more than the vast majority of people. I'll just leave it at that. So, like, you know, I know, like, whether it's, you know, the fragmentation, which isn't that big of a thing now because of SSDs,
Spy plane available for
or, you know, just clean the machine out. I mean, the main thing is, though, is that you just need to refresh your computer once in a while. Even my dad, like, whenever someone has a computer that's, like, multiple years old and they say it runs like shit, I say, did you reinstall Windows? No. And then I do that, and then they're like, wow, it runs like it did when I first got it. Yeah, because it's in the state that it was when you first got it. Even like people were yelling at him to say, like, you know, reinstall Windows and do this, do that. But instead it's like, no, I need a brand new computer. And it's like, well, no, you really don't.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Fuck.
Hostile care package inbound.
And I mean, I'd understand if he was using it for gaming. It's like, yeah, a fucking PC from 2013, especially a laptop, yeah, that's completely unacceptable for gaming.
spy plane establishing.
But for fucking looking at your, you know, monitoring your YouTube stream,
Your proximity
yeah,
mine has
that's,
been destroyed.
I mean, you could use a fucking iPad for that. Wouldn't be ideal, but it could
Spy plane
handle it.
established overhead.
Spy plane exiting mission area. Give them hell, guys.
Right, that's the thing too, yeah, scare the slightest effort. Yeah, 'cause I'm someone who, like, I fucking hate them. I mean, it like I don't wish ill will upon Phil. Like, I don't want to see him, like... And most of us people, like, people he would call detractors and trolls, like, saying, like, you know, oh, they want, you know, they want to see... It was so awful, they, you know, say awful things. God damn it. About me and my family, and this and that, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no, we don't want you to have, you know, we don't wish ill will. Well, okay, some probably do, but I'd say the vast majority do not. They're kind of in it for the lulz.
Scorcher at optimal. Napalm inbound.
But it's more of a case of like, God damn it, I'm about to be kicked from this match.
Scorcher 4-2 egressing mission area.
I haven't been kicked from a Cold War match before. I've been kicked from World War II a bunch of times. But I haven't been kicked from Cold War. I don't think I ever got kicked from Black Ops 4. I might have gotten kicked from Modern Warfare. When I say kicked, because I play hardcore almost exclusively. I just enjoy it more. And if you kill your teammates too many times, at least in World War II, if you did that, if you did it 3 times, you got. If you kill 3 teammates, you get kicked. No questions asked. The game will just stop and boot you out unceremoniously. And then Modern Warfare, they used to kick you, I think, but then they changed it to where you got like, I think it was 2 team kills. If you did it again, then it did ricochet. So then, like, if you shot your teammates, all the damage would go right onto you, so you end up just killing yourself. Which is how I think hardcore really should be all the time. Because overall, like, it's a better punishment for you to just take it as opposed to your teammate. Because, like, especially if you're going for like a kill streak or a score streak,
Cruise missile inbound.
if you get killed by your teammate, it gets wiped out.
Pushes back the Iron Curtain.
Very nicely done, everyone.
You know, that sucks. As opposed to if you do ricochet, the teammate you accidentally shot at is fine. Instead, you know, you lose everything. All the blame, all the punishment is on you. Where it should be. I think that's me who just got shot there. Right, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's to me, it's more of like the point and laugh shit show. Oh, he's playing Warzone, huh? Right, yeah, like that's the thing for most of us. It's just like a fascinating thing to watch, this story. But the thing too is it's really hard to the thing I've found and other like quote unquote detractors have found is what the Jesus Christ, it sounded like a fucking microwave being done. Did you hear that? That annoying beeping noise, Jesus. It's like, oh good, my hot pocket is ready. Fucking exactly, Volcor. I think we both thought the same thing. God, I haven't had a hot pocket in years. I may have to go and buy some this weekend. My shopping day is Sunday. Get some hot pockets. I had those a bunch in college. Never had them like growing up. I just found them in college.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Yeah, because you know when you're in college you're poor, so you just get the cheapest shit you can, and also shit you can just nuke at 1 in the morning when you're high and or drunk.
We're in the lead.
Oh. No, it's better to get food delivered, dude. God. I mean, what did he think? Like, saying... We were able to go out for... God damn it. We were able to go out for breakfast. But now I have no money to buy groceries. Like, how do you expect people are going to, react to that? Oh yeah, I went on financial aid too. But I was also lucky I got a scholarship to my college. I almost went to the same school as DSP. Because Fairfield was my backup school. But then I got my first choice and got the scholarship. So I'm like, well, there's no fucking reason for me to go to Fairfield. It's a really nice campus, I would say. Although, I doubt I would have ever run into DSP, to be honest. Especially since he, I think he moved off campus after his first semester. Whereas I would have stayed on campus because there was no way in hell I was going to live at home while I was at college.
Spetsnaz operators, you're free to engage.
And I sure as fuck wasn't going to commute to Fairfield. That would have been like... probably an hour and a half commute every day under ideal conditions.
We're full ahead.
Pipeline available for tasking.
Well, even the DSP, he never used his major. His major was in finance. He never fucking used it. Oh shit, that was close. Yeah, mine was in computers, and I've been pretty steadily employed ever since, like, you know, since like 04, so I'm not complaining. But I know it can be hard when you don't. I mean, oh wow, yeah, that's impressive. My wife is actually a doctorate in biology, and she doesn't do any of that anymore. She just didn't like it. She couldn't take it anymore. At one point she really was into it, but then she just reached the wall. She just hated it. And you know, and it was annoying. It was a tough thing when she quit because she was making not great, but decent money, and she worked for the state, so we had awesome health care. But she said, you know, I literally hate what I do. And it's like, you know, how can you tell someone to do something that they hate for all their life?
Cruise missile inbound.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hostiles pipeline established overhead. We're pulling ahead. Покажите им класс.
Yeah, I need some time, like, mean, with my thing, you know, obviously for a while it was just, you know, going into the office every day. But you know, if you needed to work from home, it was pretty like it was pretty much no big deal. Unless you tried to do it like every day, that's the only time people would complain. But you know, when you're programming, it's, you know, working from home is pretty manageable. But then when COVID hit, you know, we just were literally, it was like we got, let's just say for example, and just like on or I think it was like on a Tuesday, we heard like, hey, someone's having some COVID symptoms.
Enemy
We're gonna
eliminated.
bring
Moving
someone
to
in here to
exfil.
clean up everything, so don't come in tomorrow. But you can come back the next day. I chose not to come in the next day. Okay, so maybe it was like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then over the weekend we get an email saying, yeah, don't come in, we're on like COVID lockdown. But the problem is though is that I never went back in the office. And then I was working from home constantly, and then ended up losing the job. And I wrote to them, and I'm like, well, can I get my shit? And they're like, no. So a bunch of my stuff, my because I brought in my own keyboard. I brought in like a coffee mug that I really liked. All that's still in the office across the state. I wonder if they just like tossed it out, or if they were ever going to contact me, because as far as I never heard that they went back to the office. I didn't really keep in touch with anyone. What time is it? Maybe I'll do one more match. What the fuck? Why the fuck would you wear those types of outfits? Like, okay, those neon outfits look cool, but you stand out like you stick out like a sore thumb. That's one of the things I never really understood about like these like cool looking skins in a game like this, where camouflage kind of matters. So if you're wearing something that's like has like neon colors on it, it's like, well, then you're an easier target. That's why I have a pretty boring outfit and a boring gun skin. Yeah, I work, so I lost the, or, you know, ended the thing with my last job, and that was in May, late May. I was gone. And then I was unemployed from June to mid-October. And thank Christ they had the unemployment stimulus stuff. So I got more money than, you know, what I would normally get, and that helped keep me afloat, although I did get in some financial trouble. Like, there was some time when I was doing so bad, like, this is like legit, like, who knows when DSP sits, but I actually had a bunch of overdraw fees for my bills, and I started getting hit with penalties. What's this? Shit, where's my phone? Oh, where's my phone now? There's another Ducty's mirror. Okay. Ah, by the time I saw him, I could get out of the way. So I was actually, I got like I probably paid like $100, or maybe not $100, at least 50 or 100. I could look back, but they were significant fees. You know, an overdrawn fees. You know, what the bank covered for me. But then I had issues, and I had to go and sell a bunch of stocks, so I could just throw like $5 grand into my checking account so I could pay my bills. And then shortly after that, I got my job, and it was a significant, like, it wasn't just the fact that I got like the money, like I was making a lot more money in the new job than my old one, or than the previous one, so that really helped out. Now I've built up like a pretty good like float of money, like not like I can retire, like I don't have FU money But now with my new schedule, I work
Enemy spy plane inbound.
3 days from home and then 2 days in the office, which I like because the drive is actually it's like a 40-minute commute each way. So now not having to drive in 5 days a week is definitely nice. Haha. He killed the guy who saw me in his sights. God damn, it's a lot of medals. Wow, 2 and 7, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I was, you know, thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, it was tough, and it was, you know, it definitely put a bit of a strain on things. It just, you know, because it's not like, you know, because we're in the middle of COVID, so no one's doing in-person interviews. Everything's online. So like literally every day, I'm waking up, going in the basement, you know, browsing LinkedIn, browsing Monster, browsing Indeed, all those like online websites, looking for stuff. You know, and that only takes up so much of your day. Like, you're not going to just sit on your computer for like 8 hours looking for jobs. Like, that takes like a little bit, and then, you know, then get into some issues because you're just sitting by yourself in your basement all the time. I was actually working, I was losing weight at the time. Then you don't have a job. You don't really care about how you look, or not so much that, but like, you know, it's like, hey, I got my diet in check, but, you know, I'm unemployed. Who gives a shit? I'll eat some, I'll have breakfast and lunch today, I'll do this and that. You know, and then, like, hey, I don't have a job tomorrow, yeah, I'll have a cocktail or two. I don't care if it's 1 in the afternoon. Wow.
Enemy care package above. Enemy spy plane inbound.
Yeah, and now what I get paid now is, like I said, significantly better, but also part of it too was the fact that when I got unemployed, they put me on, or, you know, I qualified for state health care, you know, where you don't pay anything, it's all, you know, the state carries the bill, which was also a thing that they did because of the COVID stuff. They actually, you know, lessened the rules. But, you know, I had no income coming in, so I could do. So they were like, "Oh yes, of course you qualify because unemployment doesn't pay the health." Jesus. But then what happened was that they'd say, "Okay, like you qualify, you know, you're under our healthcare plan, and it expires on, you know, the end of May, or like, you know, it's gonna be the end of May." So then I would call, like, you know, the beginning of May and be like, you know, hey, I need to reapply for the thing, you know, obviously I need something subsidized, but, you know, I can't go without health insurance. But the state just kept extending the health care because COVID kept going on. So I basically got free health care for like years. Well, not years, that's what am I saying? Like for a bunch of months. And then even after I got my job, because I didn't want to get it through my job because it was a really bad deal. Like, I calculated it out. The insurance sucked. And it was so expensive that I actually ended up making less money with my new job than the previous one. And I'm like, well, I'll just go for the state and get subsidized. But every time I kept trying to go, they kept saying, oh no, it's been extended, don't worry about it. So I went like like a year and a half not having to pay for health insurance. But I know this is gonna end. So I gotta build up some money to help pay for that. Come on. Yes, we love Doritos. Move on, please. I think I'll do one more match and call it a night. Because I know everyone's gonna want to watch some Salty Dave Street Fighter. Yeah, it's just like in the whole way that things like change with it. Like I remember, I even remember like I think it was like in like February or maybe early March. I remember my mother-in-law came in. No, mother-in-law, my stepmother came for a visit with my dad, and they brought Coronas with them. They said like, "Hey, we're having a Corona party. Get it?" You know, because this was before. Like, this was just when it was like it's this thing in China. But it's not over here, so who cares? Or it just started on the West Coast. And she's like, oh yeah, we're having a Corona party. And then, you know, shortly afterward, that's when like everything started to really get bad. But hey, it was great for DSP though. That vest streak probably wouldn't have happened if not for Corona, and also his bankruptcy probably wouldn't have happened the way it did if not for Corona. Corona was one of the best things ever happened to DSP.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
He got his
The fate
bankruptcy.
of the free world is in your hands. We're taking control.
Got his bankruptcy and thousands of dollars thanks to the vest streak.
We're losing this fight.
Yeah, there was a lot of greed. Ugh.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Good night. Oh yeah, I definitely heard about that. Yeah, good old Bobby Cotton. He's a real piece of fucking work. He's smart though, in terms of like he doesn't do anything on social media. He does not talk to fucking anyone. He just sits on his money. Oh yeah, I remember that too, the GameStop thing. Well, even fucking WWE was saying that too. They were saying they were they basically bribed fucking DeSantis so they could hold their events, or so they could go and do all their stuff. They almost tried to bribe them to be able to go and get WrestleMania going that year until, like, I think even Donald had to contact Vince and be like, look, this isn't going to happen. You know, you need to come up with a plan B for WrestleMania. He does it smart though. Like I said, he just sits on his bed of money, doesn't say a goddamn thing. He's not like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or these other people who just can't help but go and say something, good or bad. He just keeps his mouth shut and just collects money.
Your spy plane has been destroyed.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Tampa. Well, yeah, well, they had, yeah, like the partial capacity. And now they're going all full back with everything. Them and AEW are back on the way. Oh, their shit was fucking too, though.
Destroyed by hostile action.
With the pandemic. Both companies had tons of breaches because their talent didn't know how to act under proper protocols. You see constant pictures. Like one girl got a bunch of stuff, I think Chrissy Carluso or something. Because she would take pictures of being at parties, at these gatherings, and no one's wearing a mask. And then then people yell about it, and like, she's like, gee, I don't know why everyone's being so mad. Why do you think people are being mad? Who the hell did they shoot? Must have been falling right behind him. Oh, god damn it. I really hate when I kill my teammates. And I also hate flashbangs.
Enemy counter spy plane inbound.
I don't know when I'm going to see another wrestling event live. Last one I saw was NXT 25, which was, or TakeOver 25, I mean, which was really, really good.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Standing by.
Set rep. Enemy attack helo above.
Fuck.
Spy plane standing by.
But it was great in 2019 because, or in Connecticut, because we got 2 pay-per-views in less than a month. We got Money in the Bank 2019, and then we got TakeOver 25, and I think they were 3 weeks apart. And they were both really good shows. Especially NXT.
Enemy spy plane inbound. We're ahead. Maintain current posture.
Establish Angel 7.
Scorcher 4-2 inbound. Commencing order.
Well, that might change. Cena's back.
Spy plane mission timeline. Check.
Although I was annoyed I couldn't watch SmackDown tonight. Or I couldn't, have it on another screen. Because for some stupid reason. This is a great thing. This is why I fucking love
Great job,
sports
CIA.
shit.
No muss, no fuss.
Excellently done, gentlemen.
What was it? So I lit. Oh, fuck! I played the game. What better way to go out than this? This isn't my last match. There's no real reason to. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm in Connecticut, and freaking the Yankees are on tonight, and the Fox network carries it. So there's no SmackDown on for me because SmackDown's on Fox. But even if you go and you click on, or at least because I have YouTube TV, you tell, you know, you go to that channel, the Fox station, it says, oh, this is blacked out. It's also being carried on SNY. But not SNY, although, wait a minute. Oh, fuck. I'm thinking of the other time. Okay, so I think a couple weeks ago, it was the Mets and the Yankees. And so then I click on the Fox network and it says, oh no, you can't watch this, it's blacked out. So it's blacked out and they're not even, or wrestling isn't on. They're saying, no, the Yankees are on instead. And then you can't watch the freaking Yankee game because the local cable affiliate is carrying it instead. Yeah, I mean, I barely watch wrestling nowadays anyways. Like, I'll see highlights and, like, I'm subscribed to, or I follow a bunch of wrestling people on Twitter, and I subscribe to, the Squared Circle subreddit, so I'm aware of what's going on, but I don't watch every day. It's not like it used to be when I would watch constantly. Nice, Scott Steiner. Special the cat works in it. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. This was fun though. I'm more into boxing. Now that stinks. It always stinks when those matches that you want to see get delayed or moved for whatever reason. But yeah, this was fun though. Like I said, so I'll go back to the regular thing or I'll get back to Resident Evil on Monday. Tomorrow is gonna be Saturday night's main event. So we're going to be doing more wrestling games. It's going to be non-WWF arcade wrestling games. Sunday, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Monday will be back to Resident Evil Village. And Tuesday Night Titans is going to be probably the Tekken series. I don't know if you're going to do the PlayStation versions or the arcade versions, but regardless, it'll be Tekken games. So, that's it. Thanks everyone who stopped by and subbed and donated all that good stuff. And I will probably... Well, it says you should check out some of the old... yeah, maybe. Like someone actually suggested doing the old Nintendo 64 WWF games. Those ones that THQ did. I never actually played them when they came out because I had a PlayStation back in the day. So I'm probably going to do one day of doing the PlayStation ones like Attitude and Warzone. Or actually it was... Yeah, I think it was Warzone, then they made Attitude. And then maybe do SmackDown. I remember I had that one, the SmackDown game that came out, which was pretty cool. But yeah, like, it's going to be like a decent running series, and it's also going to eventually have like the old Nintendo games. So it'd be like pro wrestling, and I mean, there's just tons of wrestling games out there that we can play. So that is probably going to go on for a bunch of weeks. But yeah, I'll consider the Raw SmackDown games. I have to hopefully find a copy of them though, because I don't have the older hardware. So we'll see. But anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by. We'll probably be on tomorrow around the same time. Well, what am I saying? I'm definitely going to be on tomorrow. It's Saturday night's main event, so... Yep, that's it. Sick. It was good talking to you. Have a good night. Yep, and stop by again, Valcor. We'll definitely enjoy you stopping by and everyone stopping by. It's a nice hang every night. At least I like to think it is. So,